people, hello, how are we doing? Hope you had a fantastic week. Let's talk about my final prediction for AJ versus Francis Ngannou. Now, I'll try and keep it short and sweet. I think we know the way this is going to go. I think AJ is going to win comfortably. I think stylistically, the style of AJ is just all wrong for Francis Ngannou. Now, Francis Ngannou isn't bad. Obviously, his initial dream was to become a boxer. You know, we've talked about it all before. I just think there are levels to this, and AJ's quite high up those levels. And I'll come back to it. I think the only reason Ngannou had as much success as he did against someone like Fury, take aside the assumptions that Ngannou had a really good night and Fury had a really bad night. Now, we don't know that. Maybe Ngannou had a really bad night. I haven't seen him box before. Maybe Fury did have a bad night. That's not for me to say. Maybe he didn't train hard, whatever. What I know is Fury fought that fight exactly how Francis Ngannou would have wanted him to fight that fight. Fury went and boxed a fight on the inside, which, you know, MMA fighters tend to have a Muay Thai style of boxing, which is inside fighting, so you can land the kicks, the takedowns, grappling. They tend to have that style of fighting on the inside, which is exactly how Fury boxed, which is going to suit Ngannou massively, coupled in with the fact Ngannou's pretty quick. Ngannou's a counterpuncher. We could have seen these things from UFC. And it allowed Ngannou to have the perfect fight. You know, Fury likes tying people up and leaning on them. That's exactly how Ngannou would have wanted things to go. So what I'm trying to say is Fury boxed the perfect fight for Francis Ngannou. And that's why it was as close as it was. All credit to Francis Ngannou, though. AJ simply isn't going to do that. Not because he'll know, because Ben Davison and Lee Wiley will have looked into it. But AJ's also just not that style of fighter. You look at when he got rocked by Ruiz and stopped by Ruiz. Kept trying to tie him up and clinch Ruiz. And he just looked bad doing it. He's just not a great clincher. And that's always been the case. AJ's never been great at clinching. He's always been a back foot boxer. When he needs trouble, rather than clinching, he'll just stand behind his jab. Which, guess what? Is going to work well against Ngannou. And it's all in good going, yeah, if Ngannou lands. And look, don't get me wrong. Ngannou can knock out AJ. And it's all in good me saying that. But you have to land that punch. You're not going to just tickle his tummy and he'll go, oh, I've been knocked out. Like, he's got to land that punch. And I think AJ's experience and ability in boxing just isn't going to let Ngannou do that, right? I just don't see how it happens. I don't see a world in which Ngannou can land that punch, knocking out AJ. Now, I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be very heavily one-sided. I think you'll be on your edge the whole time, and I'm going to be watching it thinking, at any moment, this could be over. Because Ngannou can just crack him on the chin, and good night. I just don't think that's going to happen. You see it with a lot of people. AJ's never been a front foot inside the pocket fighter, and I don't see there being a time where Ngannou can flurry punches and stop AJ. So I do see it be a heavily one-sided fight in which AJ is going to win. And I think AJ will stop him. I don't think AJ is going to knock him out. I haven't seen anything to make me believe that Ngannou is going to get stopped by AJ, knocked out by AJ. But I do think AJ is going to stop him, because I think there's going to come a time, and I think we'll be watching it. I think the ref will be watching it. I think everyone's will be watching it thinking, okay, this needs to stop now. Not because Ngannou's going to quit, and not because Ngannou's really hurt, because it's just a one-sided fight, and Ngannou's not really getting much of a chance, much of a look in. And I think it'll be a time where it's like, okay, the ref's going to stop it. Like Otto Varlin, it wasn't like AJ went in there and knocked out Otto Varlin. He just broke his face and beat him to make him quit on the stool. I think we'll see something more down the route of that. AJ's might not even hurt Ngannou. AJ probably won't knock out Ngannou, but I do think AJ will break him down, and then later on the fight, after 6, he'll either get stopped, and AJ, you know, Ngannou will be forced to stop by the ref or the corner or whatever it is, you know, or I do think AJ will land and not knock him clean out, but stop him. Like land a really good punch, just systemically breaking him down. And I do think it'll be pretty one-sided. I don't see, I've really tried to think about it and be as unbiased as possible. I just don't see how Ngannou stops it. I've watched the Ngannou Fury fight a few times. And again, removing all the conspiracies, or Fury didn't train properly, this, that, and the other, and Ngannou had a fantastic night. Just looking at it at face value, this is what happened. This is the fight that was fought. It's completely different styles to what's going to happen with AJ. I'm not even basing it off the Otto Wallin performance. I'm not looking at that because Otto Wallin didn't pose much of a threat. And you can go around and go, yeah, but Ngannou won't do that. Ngannou will throw back. It's like, that's great, but throwing and landing are two different things. You can try and throw and hit AJ, but are you going to hit that? Because his punches were fairly telegraphed. He was quick, sure, but it's not like he's got a massive reach advantage. And even if he does land, I don't think he'll be able to land flush. So it's like, yeah, I'm not even basing it off the Otto Wallin performance. I just don't see a world in which AJ gets flatlined by Ngannou. And if it goes a distance, which it might, 10-round decision to AJ unanimous. Don't think it'll even be close. I could be wrong, right? Click this, get ready to send it to me tomorrow night, Saturday morning. But let me know your thoughts down below, people, in the comment section. And make sure you like, subscribe. You know how YouTube works, people. Peace.